Hi, welcome to the channel Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I'm your host, Dr. Ghosh, and I'm back today with another very inspirational and motivational video for all of you. Friends, the video I brought for you today is about a forgotten freedom fighter, revolutionary, philanthropist, and spy who in the revolt, Indian revolt of 1857 against the Britishers, because of his successes against the battle with the Britishers, his intelligence network, his contribution to the revolt, his philanthropy was tied to a pole and fed alive to hunting dogs. Then, once these hunting dogs had tortured him, eaten quite a bit of his body up, he was in this semi conscious state hanged at Chandni Chowk in New Delhi. A forgotten revolutionary freedom fighter who I'm trying to revive his memory. Friends, I'm sure that you enjoy these videos, inspirational videos which are released for you on the channel. Today, we have crossed the 1000 subscribers mark on the channel. We have got over 1006 subscribers. We have got 343 videos already uploaded on the channel, and we have got 27,000 views. Thank you, subscribers. But for all those of you who have not yet subscribed or have come on to the very first time to the channel Generous, Gracious, and Gallant, let me share with you a brief about the channel and a little bit about myself. I'm Dr. Ghosh, and on the channel, I share with you stories of mankind living at their very best as per the eternal human principles. What are these eternal human principles? These are principles such as honesty, integrity, loyalty, respect for diversity, respect for womanhood, respect for our elders. Living by these principles is the only way forward for a conflict driven mankind. Now, I'm not saying that if you don't live by these principles, you will not succeed. Your success may be far greater because living by principles is a choice, is a difficult choice. People achieve success despite not living by these principles, but they are short lived like bubbles. If you want eternal success, then you have to make the sacrifices in the short run to live by these principles for long term success. I have been told that in Chennai and Bangalore, orphans are being showed these videos in an effort to mold their thinking patterns. I feel truly blessed. I invite all of you to join the family of transformationists who want to alter the thinking patterns of the present and coming generations to ensure that they live by these eternal human principles. You're not subscribers, you're transformationists who are joining me in my efforts to make a difference. Now, coming back to our inspirational person, Seth Ramdasji Gudwale, a revolutionary, a spy, a man who was among the richest people in the world at that point of time during the Indian Revolution of 1857. His family, in fact, established the first cloth mill in Delhi. He was born into a Agarwal family who founded the first cloth mill in Delhi. He was so rich, it was said that if he took his gems, gold, silver, and built a dam on the river Ganges, he could change the flow of the river. He was so rich. His riches were talked about in the European markets, a very powerful and influential person. When the revolution of 1857 happened, the Mughal emperor at Delhi, Bahadur Shah Zafar, was declared as the leader of the rebellion. Many princely states, rulers, and the Indian freedom fighters gathered at Delhi. Bahadur Shah Zafar did not have much in his treasury. He laid out all the jewels of his wives in front of his ministers and the leaders of the rebellion and said that use this for the time being to finance the rebellion and the food for the soldiers and animals. Seth Ramdasji was a good friend of the Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar. He could not bear to see Bahadur Shah Zafar difficulties, financial difficulties, and the status of the Indian freedom fighters who were starving and the animals which were not having sufficient fodder. He placed all his money and property and handed it over to Bahadur Shah Zafar, saying that this is for use for the freedom struggle. He said that if we get independence by using this money, the money can be earned again, but all this wealth must be used for the freedom struggle. He not only contributed financially, but he also set up a spy network. He sent his spies across the country to gather information on the activities of the Britishers. This information, which was gathered, proved very relevant and useful in multiple fights and battles against the British East India Company. This helped in bringing victory in many battles for the Indian freedom fighters. In addition, Seth Ramdasji Gudwale also set up stalls of poisoned liquor in front of the British garrisons in Delhi. When the British soldiers came there, they drank the poisoned liquor and died. In addition, Seth Ramdasji Gudwale procured food grains and fodder for the army from across the country and fed the armies encamped in Delhi. He also sent his missionaries across to multiple rulers in British India and requested them for their support, and he managed to get many of them to join the freedom struggle, armed freedom struggle against the Britishers and East India Company. His network was so extensive, and the results he brought in because of his intelligence so powerful and far reaching that the Britishers grew upset. And when they recaptured Delhi post defeating the Indian armed revolutionary freedom fighters sitting out of Delhi, they captured Seth Ramdasji Gudwale. They tied him to a pole in Chandni Chowk and set hunting dogs on him. These dogs tore the flesh of Seth Ramdasji Gudwale. Bleeding heavily in a semi-conscious state, he was hanged by the Britishers from a tree. Seth Ramdasji Gudwale not only put his complete wealth at the disposal of the Indian revolutionaries, his spy network was so powerful that he brought amazing results of victory after victory against the British and East India Forces Company thanks to his intelligence. And he was also influential enough that he could convince many Maharajas to join the freedom struggle, armed freedom struggle against the Britishers and the East India Company. He not only gave away all his wealth, he also ensured that he procured food grains for the soldiers and fodder for the animals. While giving away his millions, he is said to have said that if the motherland is protected, the money can be earned again. He gave away so much of donation that in his book, the historian Tarachand, History of the Freedom Movement, Tarachand says Seth Ramdasji Gudwale was the richest Seth in North India, and in fact, practically the whole of India. According to the British, he had countless pearls, diamonds, gems, and property. He was richer than the Mughal emperors, and his richness was discussed in Europe. He had so much wealth that if he used his gold coins and silver coins ingots to construct a dam on the river Ganges, powerful and mighty river Ganges, he could have diverted her flow. He was so rich, and that was the amount of money he donated to Emperor Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar to finance the armed freedom revolt. Seth Ramdasji Gudwale is today forgotten by the history books. This is my effort to revive his memory. Once again, I would like to share with you that you are enjoying, I'm sure you are enjoying these transformational videos, motivational videos. Please do subscribe to the channel. Generous, gracious, and gallant. Today we have got over 342 videos, 27,000 views, and over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, subscribers, for your support. My next video, which I'll be releasing on the channel, is about Commander Kunwar Singh, the commander of the revolt, armed Indian revolt of 1857 against the British East India Company. A truly transformational and motivational video of this brave commander who chopped off his own hand when a bullet struck his hand, and was one of the very rare few rulers under British India who died an independent ruler despite having revolted and defeated the Britishers in many battles during the armed revolt of 1857. The Britishers were so scared of him that just his name was enough to empty the forts and garrisons of the Britishers. But just by hearing that he was approaching, they would vacate the forts. I look forward to meeting you shortly on the next video. Till we meet again, good luck, all the best.